Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is the fourth video of the Getting into Airsoft series, and it's a video instruction series that I've made for helping beginners to get into Airsoft without spending a lot of money, and really the most effective way to do that. So this video is going to focus on plate carriers and chest rigs, and all of what they are, and I'm just going to explain to you, what the differences are, just pretty much everything you need to know about them. Before we get into that, just as a recap, last video was about how to choose your camo pattern, and where are some good places to shop for camo, and just pretty much a general instruction video on how to buy camo. Also, in the last video, we went over base color, which is the color of your plate carrier or your chest rig or your holster or your magazine pouches or any sort of pouches and utility gear that is not camo pattern. It's not part of your camo pattern. Now, I explained in the last video that your base color should be one of three colors: olive, drab, black, or coyote brown, or any sort of tan, and it's really to replace the camo patterns that you're wearing. So say you're wearing multicam and you also have woodland BDUs and desert. Well, you want to be able to wear your plate carrier, your one plate carrier through with all of those camos. So if you buy a woodland plate carrier or chest rig, then that's not going to be coherent throughout all the camos. So it's really just for having coherency throughout your loadouts and just making your loadouts look better in general. That's pretty much what base color does. So in this video, we're going to be putting the base color, your choosing of your base color to effect, and going to be talking about plate carriers and chest rigs and where to buy them. We're going to look online and see if we can find some for relatively cheap prices. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Alright guys, so before we start talking about plate carriers, I want to talk about vests. Now, vests are a great way to really start very cheaply with some sort of load-bearing system. They're a very affordable option, but the reason I don't use them or talk about them much is just because the military, I haven't seen much of the military using them, and Airsoft is really supposed to be a direct comparison to the military and a really good simulation of that. So in my personal opinion, I just don't like them. I don't find that I don't find that they really suit my aesthetic needs as far as a load bearing system. Alright guys, plate carriers. So I'm going to explain pretty much the breakdown of the plate carrier and then the chest rig, and then we're going to look at the differences. Then we're going to go ahead and look online to find some for cheap prices. So starting out, plate carriers are very customizable. They have lots of space on them. The sides, you can put radio pouches. I have two double M4 mag pouches on the front of my plate carrier with a radio pouch. Now, all of these pouches are empty right now because I have not yet switched over everything from my chest rig to my plate carrier, because now it is becoming fall outside, and since it's fall, that's the time that I wear my plate carrier, so the fall and winter, and then I wear my chest rig in the spring and summer seasons. So going back to the plate carrier, I have a one Tigris holster. It's a Molly attachment holster with a pistol mag pouch right there, and I use that for my 1911 fits right there perfectly. I have had holsters on the side of plate carriers before, and they just didn't do any. They didn't cut it for me, simply because I noticed it was just too big on the sides, and that thing hanging off, it was very difficult to reach my hand. You know, if I'm behind cover, I can't just, you know, kind of stick my arm out because my arm's going to get shot. So I find it being on your plate, on the front of your plate carrier, is much easier to, you know, whip out your pistol from faster than even a cross draw or, you know, a leg holster. Now, I don't really like leg holsters too much, unless there are some really nice ones like the military uses, like the hard shell leg holsters. Those are good. I just find that they're really bulky, and the pistol a lot of times can fall out of them, versus where it's on your plate carrier and you will notice it falling out more than you would if it's on your leg. So also, I have a death rag on my plate carrier, and you know, a lot of the times it's better to have just a rag that you drape over your head or something so people can see you from 360, but I had this, and why not? So it's a cool little thing. So also, for all of my other gear, like my grenade and you know, speed loaders, things like that, I keep in this utility pouch. It's really great for just all around stuff that you're going to need when you're in the field. I don't really have a backpack on the back of my plate carrier. I just have this Velcro spot for patches and a small pistol mag pouch for as spare speed loader in case, you know, one of my buddies needs one, and then they can just grab it out of there. Yeah, don't put your own stuff on the back of your plate carrier. That's going to be hilarious in the field when you're trying to reach around and grab your like mag or something. But pretty much just when you're setting up your plate carrier, don't just put like a water bladder on the back or your backpack, and have your friend's stuff in your backpack and have your stuff in their backpack, so you can get it out and easily without reaching over your shoulder and fumbling with the zippers forever. So how I like to set up my plate carrier is have everything as close to my arm's reach as possible. You don't want to have stuff spread out all across. Now, when you are going to be using, you know, radios, it is better to have them on your back, but you know, for right now this works just fine, and I'm not in dire need of space for other pouches or anything. So but things like that, if you do have multiple pouches, like pistol mag pouches here, you could move your radio pouch to the back, and then just, you know, run your mic like down to here, which I will be getting a mic soon. I will be getting one very soon. So that that would be the ideal option. And I might actually do that just to free up some space in the front. Maybe even move this pouch over here. Maybe I'm not sure yet. Also, with zippered compartments, you don't want to have to reach up here. So with the radio pouch, I'm not going to need to get to my radio and like change channels or anything. It's going to be locked on my team's channel, and the volume is probably going to be all the way up on high, but the little knob on the top is easy to turn, so I can just turn it there or turn it in the back. But anyway, but with a zippered pouch, you want it to be pretty much as low as possible, but still getting all the MOLLE attachments on there. When they come on a plate carrier, they will not overlap and intertwine with the MOLLE rigging on the plate carrier and that on the pouches. So make sure that you feed it under, over, all the way through to give it a nice, secure fit on there, so it does not flop around on it. Always something that you need to keep in mind with plate carriers and chest rigs is don't carry more than you need. So I have 4 mags, 1 in my gun, 5 mags. Normally I carry 2 high caps and 3 mid caps. course, eventually I'm going to transition to all mid caps, but I have several high caps, so might as well use them right now. And with 2 mags for my pistol, one in the gun, one spare one right here, and eventually I'll get more mags, but for right now it's fine. And then a radio pouch. So all in total, all the rounds that I carry on me into the field is about 1,000 rounds, and that's a good bit to carry in just for a single game. And you know, I could tone that down a bit, but right now that's what I do. And especially for a rifleman role, if you're using full auto a lot, of course you wouldn't be using full auto on fields, but just in you know, pickup games, it is a reasonable amount of ammo to carry for a game, especially if it turns out to be a 45-minute, an hour-long game. So another thing you need to keep in mind when you're setting up your plate carrier is always make sure there is some sort of plates in it. Now the plates that are in my plate carrier are just dummy plates. They're just foam plates that came with the plate carrier. If your plate carrier does not come with plates, make some out of cardboard boxes. Just stack them up and then tape them together, and then like line them up with your plate carrier, and then just cut the corners off and like trim them to fit your plate carrier, and just make them a ½ inch thick maybe. But so the reason for plates in your plate carrier is just to keep it rigid. Now of course in the real world it's to protect you. You'll have real armor plates in here to protect you when a bullet hits it, and the armor will just catch it. You can get armor plates for your plate carrier in Airsoft. I don't recommend just going and getting a $40 plate carrier like this one and slapping level 3A plates in there. It's not smart. Plates are just gonna wear out your plate carrier incredibly, and you're gonna want to get a real military plate carrier or a more rigid plate carrier that is actually meant to handle those plates. So just keep in mind if you're lucky enough to find plates, real armor plates. So yeah, with all of that being said, also make sure your plate carrier fits you snugly, so it's not bouncing around all over the place when you're running. Right now it's a bit floppy, and I might want to tighten it up a little bit, but I would normally be wearing a combat jacket under it, so it would make up for the extra space. Plate carriers are going to be a lot hotter than chest rigs, just because of the chest rigs literally just have, if you build them yourself or you buy them, most of them are just going to have like a strip of molly across your waist, and then like suspenders coming down with some molly there as well. Mine actually does not. I did not build it. It was given to me from an ex-Marine in my church. So, but if you are lucky enough to have someone give you a real military chest rig, then that'd be great. But obviously don't expect that. So yeah. So with all of that being said, I think that's about it for plate carriers. They definitely, I definitely think that they're probably my favorite of the two. Chest rigs are awesome, but nothing. I mean, one they look cool. You gotta admit they look way cooler than chest rigs, just because they look like you have a real military loadout. Now this is a cheaper plate carrier, so it's not as cut trimly and smaller fitting, but this is more of a, I want to say, like more of a Black Hawk Down era plate carrier, something that they would wear then, and it's fine. This is pretty much what I'm trying to go for with my Vietnam loadout. Now, of course, in Vietnam they did not have plate carriers as good as this one. Most of their camo was just olive drab, and a lot less technology back then. But I incorporate some modern technology into my older style loadout. So yeah, with all of that being said, I hope that this has given you a good perspective on plate carriers and everything that you need to know about setting them up. With all that being said, let's go ahead and go on to chest rigs. Alright, so chest rigs. They are the smaller and more compact and lighter version of plate carriers. They normally come, this is my chest rig, this is not the standard. I'll put a picture up on the screen, but they normally come with a belt of a wide belt of MOLLE webbing and padding on the bottom and around your waist, and then they have suspender straps going up and over your shoulders and just hanging on your shoulders. And this one is different, a lot different. This is from an Army surplus store, and it is much different. It has like a single mag pouches on the top right here, and then double mag pouches on the bottom, and then two small utility pouches, and it's all hung together by this like webbing. And also I have a cross draw pistol holster. The reason I like doing cross draws if you're going to put something on a plate carrier or a chest rig is just because you're not lifting your arm up all the way to get to your hip. But when I do run my sniper, I simply have a hard shell holster that just goes right over my belt, and I have that on my waist as a normal draw. But other than that, but then again with my sniper loadout, I simply just have like a pouch here and my pistol here, and that's about it. But when you're using a chest rig or a plate carrier, you're going to want to be able to not move your arm over as much and like expose parts of your body that can get shot. So that's why I found it easier to just use a cross draw with a chest rig. Also here I have pistol mag pouch right here and speed loader pouch. These are just two pistol mag pouches. I have a speed loader here. Normally carry just one for reloading my pistol if I need to, or if a buddy needs one, I can hand it to him. So on this double mag pouch down here, I have my grenade, and yeah, I need to work on it. It's not working so well right now. I don't know. Cyclone impact grenades. Also, I think I'm going to make a grenade video in a while later when I'm much more experienced about grenades, but I do know from a little bit of research that you should not buy impact grenades. I mean, the tornado ones are pretty good, but these just cyclone ones, I don't know, they just don't work that well. Time grenades are better from what I've seen at least. So then over here we have my death rag, which is literally just a bandana that I just drape over my head and to get 360 degrees viewing for any enemy players that see me so they don't shoot me when I'm dead. Also, when you are revived in the game by a medic, remember to put your death rag back in the pouch, because it is absolutely hilarious when you run across the field with a death rag on your face and you forgot to take it off. Don't ask me how I know that. So, and this pouch over here, I just have bandages for game simulation if that type of game is being played. Double mag pouch, two mid caps right here, and trick with your mags, put tape on them in case you drop them. I also have learned the hard way to do that. And then a high cap right below it in the single mag pouch. So when I run a chest rig, I don't carry quite as much gear and ammo as I would with a plate carrier, which is, it's reasonable. It's to be expected. It doesn't have quite as much space as the plate carrier does, and overall it's really a minimalist design, and I like that, and it works great in the summertime and the springtime. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my chest rig and what's on it. Just keep in mind when you're setting up yours, make sure to carry less ammo and gear and everything than your plate carrier. It should not be an exact, switch everything over. You need to leave some stuff behind just because it's a lighter and smaller and more compact load bearing system. It's not designed to hold everything that your plate carrier would normally hold. So yeah, with all of that being said, there is one more thing that I would like that I want to mention about chest rigs, and that is that you can actually build your own. You can buy different parts and straps and just build your own how you like it. Now I will warn you, you will end up with lots of straps, lots of them all over the place. You got to have your suspender straps up here, and then they have to end somewhere, and you also have to have some sort of belt straps and everything. I mean, you can just see there's straps like everywhere here, so just know that and be aware of it. And if you don't like that, then get a plate carrier and try it out. And that is one thing that we are going to talk about, is the differences right after this. So yeah, with all that being said, let's look at the differences between plate carriers and chest rigs. Alright guys, plate carriers versus chest rigs. Which one do you like better? Well, personally for me, I like plate carriers better because they can hold literally everything you need. But they are not as light and as maneuverable as chest rigs are. Think of it as a plate carrier is like a Swiss Army knife. It has everything you need. It's an all-in-one, fairly compact load bearing system. Versus where chest rigs are like just a normal lock blade. They have a blade, and they also might have like another additional feature to them. So just like that, chest rigs don't have quite as much as plate carriers do, and they can't, they can't accomplish quite as much. But they carry your gear. While they carry less of your gear, they do it in a more comfortable and compact and more minimal fashion. So with all of that being said, plate carriers and chest rigs are both very good options for load bearing systems, and they're pretty much the only two systems out there for Airsoft. So if you are thinking of getting a plate carrier or a chest rig, or you're just not sure, then email me at nom16airsoft@gmail.com. It's in the about section on my channel page. So, or you can hit me up in the comments and ask me questions. I'll try to respond every single comment that you guys post on this video. So another thing is, don't feel like you have to buy a chest rig or a plate carrier. If you're a sniper, my sniper loadout, my sniper loadout does not have a plate carrier or a chest rig. I just simply have a hard shell holster and like a utility pouch. So that's it. That's really all I need. I carry my mags in the utility pouch, my speed loader, my pistol in the holster, my rifle. That's pretty much it. The mags are a lot smaller. They have less rounds. You shoot a lot less. It's not so. In a lot of situations, you don't actually need a plate carrier or a chest rig. But if you are a rifleman, a machine gunner, or maybe even a designated marksman or a breacher, you're probably going to want to consider getting a plate carrier or a chest rig. And I played without one for a good year, and it was fine. I had no problems. Of course, you're just going to have to put your magazines in your pockets, and that's has its pros and cons, but it's really not that bad. And really the main thing with getting a plate carrier or a chest rig is being able to have a large amount of gear on you at all times to make you a better airsofter and get more kills in the game. So if you are thinking of buying a plate carrier or a chest rig, I'm going to go ahead and recommend go ahead and buy a plate carrier. Don't even look at chest rigs. I mean, you could look on Craigslist or something to see if they have them, but other than that, do not look at any new sites for chest rigs or anything. Only plate carriers. The reason I say this is, you know, which knife did you get first? I'm into knives. I carry one every day. That's just I have lots of knives, so that's why I'm using the analogy. All right. So did you get a Swiss Army knife as your first knife, or did you get a lock blade? I mean, a Swiss Army knife. If I had to choose, I would choose a Swiss Army knife just because it has everything. You can't go wrong. If you buy one and decide you don't like it, well, you're better off buying a Swiss Army knife. Better to know that you don't like everything than to know that you don't like a part of something, because the chances are you might like the other part and you didn't know. So go ahead and buy a plate carrier first, and then you can get a chest rig. Simply because, you know, plate carriers, they can do more than chest rigs can. They're just a better choice for a first load bearing system. The other reason why I like buying a plate carrier first is you got to play through the summer. You got to play through the heat of the summer with a plate carrier on when like your first year or second year in airsoft. It's a must, because that will teach you great appreciation for our military and what they do for us. They're carrying way more gear than you are, and they are under way more stress than you are getting shot with BBs. So just as respect and acknowledgement for our military, that's pretty much the only other reason why I would recommend buying a plate carrier before a chest rig. Alright guys, I hope that this little explanation and analogy and everything was helpful. Now that you know each explanation and features of plate carriers and chest rigs, let's go ahead and hop on the internet and let's see what we can find.
Okay guys, we're going to be looking on the internet now for plate carriers and chest rigs, and we're just going to look quickly on Craigslist, Airsoft Mega Store, and Evike to get an idea of where to buy load bearing systems and just what's the best price you can get them for. So let's go ahead and hop on Craigslist, see what we can find. Alright, so just looking, there's nothing. There's a vest, but we're not interested in those. There's a helmet, that's cool. Overpriced, but let's see. Okay, so here's two things. They call them vests. They're not actually vests, but we'll see what we got here. So, okay. So this looks like body armor. All right. So this is a really interesting one. So if you are into like shrapnel or body armor stuff, this would be good. It's definitely going to be pretty heavy, but it has more straps and like accessory capabilities, like all that molly right there. That's much better than my flak jacket. So this is pretty much a more modern flak jacket. It's so not super great for airsoft, but still really cool, and it cost a ton of money because it's actual real Kevlar. So yeah, let's see. All right, $30 for this plate carrier, and it's black, so it's not the most desired color, but still it's a great starting point. And it has, see, it looks like it has clips right there to take it off, and maybe some clips on the bottom as well. So definitely would buy this if you are looking to get a plate carrier or chest rig. This would be a great starting point. If black is not your chosen base color, then I'd hold off, because for this price you can probably get some other ones that are a different color. Alright, so we're gonna look on Airsoft Megastore now, and I haven't been on here in a while, so let's see if we can just look for actual chest rigs. Oh, it looks like they only sell plate carriers, and we'll open up these. So cool. Alright, so these are just plate carriers, dummy plate, so you can actually buy plates on here. Would not recommend that at all, because you can just literally make them. These are all going to be pretty modern plate carriers. They're not going to be anything like old school, which, you know, if you like that or not. But it looks like $45 for most of these, which is a really good price. They are going to be Lancer Tactical, so just be aware of that. You can't really put real plates in here. Let's try to find some good ones. Let's see. Fly. We're getting into the better one. Condor. This looks like a nice one right here, or a nicer one. I'm not sure if it can hold real plates or not, but it looks pretty good. So good one. Very expensive though, so you're gonna be looking more like in the $40 range. But see guys, if you just look on here, like this is the more modern type of plate carrier. It's Lancer Tactical. It's OD green. It can hold plates, like just normal dummy plates. I don't know that it can actually hold real plates. I would not put real plates in there, but still, it's, how much was it, like 50 bucks? Yeah, that's kind of the price range that you're looking at. Now you can go up and find them for really cheap, like this one, Lancer Tactical, and this like I forget what camo this is. I don't like it too much. It's really for like European military camo, but not really much. It doesn't come with much. It has MOLLE straps, MOLLE webbing for accessories, and some Velcro, but that's about it. And what do they say? Adjustable sidewall. Yeah, so this is pretty much the minimalist design that you can get for like 20 bucks, and I don't think it can even hold plates, so would not really get that one. But you know, stuff like this where it comes with, like, you know, pouches and everything, definitely would get that. That one, that's more expensive, but hey, this is pretty close to what I got, except mine I don't think was Lancer Tactical. Yeah, this is slightly different, but it comes with pretty much everything that mine comes with. Yep, comes with dummy plates. That's good. Lots of magazine pouches, more magazine pouches than mine came with. So all of that for 70 bucks. It's not such a bad price. I mean, it is Lancer Tactical, but you know, whatever. Nobody will ever know. So yeah, let's go down. Alright, so you guys get the idea. Lots of plate carriers, lots of good options. Let's go ahead and check out chest rigs, because they had these are standard chest rigs. What are the minimalist ones like? Okay, so those are the ones with the straps in the back that cross. So it really comes down to personal preference, whether you like the you know, straps with this like backpack thing that you can get for them or whatever. But these, those are all sold out. So a lot of these look good, like they're a lot cheaper. But these almost look like they have magazine pouches in there. So chest rigs are definitely going to spend a lot less than you would for plate carrier, because, you know, it's a lot less material. This is kind of what normal chest rigs look like. It's just a really compact design, so that's good. You can buy them for really cheap. That's really cool. These, these are going to be the same as plate carriers. These are kind of the standard chest rigs right here. When you think of a chest rig, you think of, the straps coming down with the like molly webbing right here, and yeah, so good. Not $60, and it's Fly Industries, so it's going to be a little bit better than Lancer Tactical, but it's not such a big deal. That's not a chest rig. That's wow. Look at that. That's like is that fold down? Huh. That's strange. That doesn't really look like a chest rig, but guess it is. Okay. Oh, it's removable. It has this removable thing. So it's a chest rig, but it's like customizable to have lots of different stuff. For $60, that's, I guess, kind of cool. It comes with pouches and everything, and a big giant utility pouch. Lots of mag pouches. Yeah, so things are getting pretty cheap these days for in terms of plate carriers and chest rigs. So yeah, these are really good. I would suggest searching on Airsoft Megastore if you can't find anything used in your area, since they have lots of sales and deals on stuff. But now we're gonna look on Evike and see what we can find here. Okay, so before we go look at plate carriers and chest rigs, I just wanted to point out that we saw a lot of camo patterned load bearing systems on Airsoft Megastore, and that's okay. It's okay to buy camo patterned load bearing systems. I just don't recommend it because it's not as coherent throughout different camo BDUs. So just keep that in mind when you're buying your first chest rig or plate carrier. So let's go ahead and look at these technical apparel. All right, body armor and vests. Okay, it looks like, I don't know if they actually sell chest rigs, or maybe they're all just lumped together in one thing. So all right, so cheapest one out there, let's see, Matrix level 1 plate carrier. Again, a more modern type. Ooh, red. Why would you ever want red? But you can get, say, just normal old OD green for come on, $60. Pretty good. Comes with the American flag patch. Gotta always have that. You can always get black. I think is the cheapest, but if your base color is black, then you are lucky, because a lot of the accessories that are in black are a lot cheaper. So let's see. There's just a basic one. These are like a different type. They're not really molly. They're this weird slit thing. So I don't know if you're okay with that, then you can get it. I just like standard molly because that's really customizable and stuff. But that may have like more modern, stronger attachments. I don't know. And then there's all sorts of like crazy things like these two vests, and I thought I saw some sort of weird body armor thing down here. Yeah, so there's stuff like that. This is a nice plate carrier right here. It's more expensive, but it's still a nice one. This one is pretty cool. It's a gunner plate carrier. All of these are going to be higher quality than Airsoft Megastore. I don't think many of these are made by Lancer Tactical, so they're going to be just like, if you look at them, most of them are made by Matrix, but when you get down into the more expensive ones, they're FMA, NC Star, Bravo, more Condor right there. That one's probably a really nice one. More reputable brands when you get to the more expensive plate carriers and things. So keep in mind, whenever you are looking for a plate carrier or a chest rig, honestly, you know my opinion, buy a plate carrier first. But if you really don't want to, and you really are, like, if you're a sniper and you really don't think a plate carrier is going to be good for your loadout and you want to get a chest rig, that's fine. Always check used sites like eBay and Craigslist. We didn't check eBay in this one, but I mean, you guys can pretty much do that on your own. Just make sure you're not buying a piece of junk, and make sure it's, you know, for a fairly good price. I wouldn't recommend spending $100 on your first load bearing system. This should be more like a $40 or $50 one. And if you want to get a chest rig that's like a minimalist design or something, you might even be able to spend $20 on it. So anyway, I hope this little online searching was helpful to give you guys an idea of the 3 main sites that I would recommend buying from. But anyway, that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video.
Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful and it gave you a good idea of the differences and specifications of both the plate carrier and the chest rig. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you'd like to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you'll be updated whenever I post a new video. With all of this being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.